welcome back to my vlog. I'm excited to be sharing this video at the beginning of May, which is Mental Health Awareness Month. Building resilience for mental and emotional health is my mission as an inspirational speaker, and I've already published tons of videos exploring all different angles of mental health. I'll be sure to link some in the caption of this video. But mental health is such a big topic, and there are always new things that I can speak about. So today I want to discuss how friendships have a big impact on our mental well-being and how to know if a friendship has run its course. I've been blessed with many amazing friends in my life. Some before my accident, some after my accident, and some have been with me for all of it. I'm thankful for every friendship that I've ever had because I've grown from all of them and am blessed by all the wonderful people I've had in my life. Throughout my journey, I've learned that friendship, like any meaningful relationship, requires mutual effort, understanding, and the willingness to invest time. However, as life gets increasingly busy, I've been grappling with the question, how do we determine whether a friendship is still enriching our lives or if it's time to let go? One thing I've learned is that it's the quality, not the quantity of friends that truly matter. Having friends is important, and I've always been a social butterfly who loves knowing tons and tons of people. But cultivating deep, meaningful relationships is different. And over the years, I've had many friendships, and I used to think that quantity was important. What I've come to realize is that it's really hard to maintain a lot of friendships, and Doug has helped me gain an understanding that there's only so much time in the day. So I've realized that it's the deep, quality friendships that are important to me. I have friends that I see once in a while, and I have friends that I focus on more. I've learned that 3 things are most important to me in a friendship. I need to be with someone who I can be myself and not pretend to be somebody else. They understand our busy lives and hectic schedules, and that I can be honest with them. I've had friendships in the past where it's only been one of these things or none of them. And I've had to realize that if the friendship is going to continue, something has to change, or I step away. In other words, a healthy friendship thrives on balance, and it can't solely be about giving or taking. When I was growing up, my sister had one best friend from kindergarten through college, and I thought that's how it should be. But I was the opposite. I felt like I had multiple best friends at one time, and different ones every year. When I was in the hospital, my OT would tease me, "Which friend's friend is this?" I had a lot of best friends, and some prior in life, some from right then, and that was fine for me at the time. But again, over time, I've realized that quality is more important than quality. So how can we distinguish a fruitful friendship from one that's run its course? First, realize that there's no such thing as a perfect relationship. Some friendships are going to ebb and flow. And I've had friendships where we don't talk for 6 months, or I don't see them for a long time because they live far away. But when we do talk, we pick up right where we left off. And we have a blast as if no time has passed. But something to watch out for is if the friendship feels out of balance. And I've noticed that sometimes. Friendships feel one-sided, and there's an imbalance where one person consistently takes without giving back. Now, this might just be for a season if they're going through a hard time and they really need you, but it shouldn't be the norm. A normal, healthy relationship is both give and take. And if you're the one who feels like someone is always taking and never really putting effort into your needs, that could be a sign that the friendship isn't very good for your mental health. Another sign that a friendship might be dwindling is when you no longer have common interests with that person. Maybe someone that you have known for years, but you've both changed so much that your conversations are only focused on the past, since you don't have as much in common in the present. Another thing to ask yourself is if you feel valued by the person. Do they cancel plans when something better comes along? Do they make you feel like they only want to be your friend when they have nothing better to do? A true friend respects you and your time and genuinely wants to spend time with you. Another thing to watch out for is how you feel when you have just spent time with that person. Do you feel fulfilled, or do you feel drained? Of course, it's important to be real and authentic with your friends, and there might be times when your friend needs you to listen and they do the same for you. But at the end of the day, if every conversation is very negative and draining, and you feel like your friend never wants to focus on anything positive, then that might be a sign that it's not a healthy relationship. Also, think about how your friend makes you feel. If they're mean to you and tearing you down, that is not a healthy friendship. Fights happen, miscommunications happen, and that's when you can forgive each other and it will make your friendship stronger. But you should never feel bullied or beaten down by a friend. Keep in mind that if your friend is having a hard time with their mental health, there are resources for them. It's important to be there and listen and let them know that you care, but you do not have to shoulder the weight alone. I'll link a video in the caption of what to do when you want to support someone you care about who is struggling with their mental health. I once confided to my sister that I was having some dilemmas with friendships and wondering whether or not I should keep these friendships in my life. I asked her, am I a bad friend? Or am I just too sensitive? And her insight was amazing. She said, the older we get, the patience for inauthentic, unhealthy relationships goes way down. In other words, life is too short to maintain friendships that feel forced or inauthentic. And it's not good for our mental health and well-being to keep putting effort into something that's not working. Plus, we don't have unlimited time. We are all so busy between work and family and school, if you're still in school, not to mention hobbies and pets and so much more. Since marrying Doug over 10 years ago, I've been more selective with how I want to spend my time because I just can't do it all. And sometimes that's meant cutting back on friendships that have run their course in my life. Now, with all this being said, before you go to doing anything drastic, if you think a friendship has run its course, that doesn't necessarily mean you should abruptly end your friendship in a text message. I'm just saying that it's important to occasionally reevaluate the presence and role of each friend in your life and consider giving some friends space if you think it's no longer healthy for you. I'll link a blog on setting boundaries in the caption. If you are feeling stuck, here are 9 signs that a friendship is healthy for you and is good for your mental health. Number 1, you have mutual respect for each other and honor each other's beliefs, decisions, and boundaries. Number 2, you have open communication with your friend and are able to share your feelings and thoughts without fear of your trust being broken or fear of them belittling you or tearing you down. Number 3, you stand by each other in good times and in bad times. Friendships ebb and flow, but a healthy friendship will work through ups and downs. Number 4, you're kind to each other and you don't say hurtful things. If there's a fight or miscommunication, you talk about it and you make up and you forgive each other. Number 5, you have balance, where both you give and take, and both of you make an effort to stay in touch and spend quality time together. Number 6, you genuinely want the best for each other and are supportive of each other's successes in life instead of being jealous. Number 7, you can also be honest with each other. If you're worried about the path they're headed down or something isn't healthy and one of you is concerned, you can share that. Number 8, you support each other in the transitions of life, like when they're going through a breakup. And number 9, you enjoy each other's company and you look forward to the next time you can hang out. So as you're listening to this, if you find yourself questioning the value of certain friendships, consider this. Are both of you willing to put in the work, or is it one-sided? Is the relationship good for your mental health, or does it leave you feeling drained? Friendships should be fulfilling, not stressful. So I hope you can take some time to appreciate the real friendships you have in your life, and perhaps consider cutting back on the ones that are no longer good for your mental health. One last reminder, if you have a friend who is struggling with their mental health, be patient with them and understand that this might be a season where they need a good friend. Check out the link in the caption of this video for more resources if you have a friend going through this. So thanks for tuning in. I'll be putting out more videos for Mental Health Awareness Month, so make sure you subscribe on YouTube and follow me on TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram so you never miss a video. See you next time.